Season 3, do you know what I mean? Season 3, do you know what I mean? Let me hear it. Season 3, do you know what I mean? Anime Legend Season 3, Afro X hit it for all you legendary folks. Listen up, it's a brand new season and we about to erupt. You ain't ready for what's coming, it's about to get tough. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans and I'm more than enough. Welcome back, legends, all the haters to captain. I'm not gonna let you lay a single hand on my captain. Anime fan, got my plan in the can as I summon my stand and the camera pan to my face in this place as I stare into space. I'm a legend at base and I never show grace in my flow, toe to toe. It's that dude from Naruto, about to blow. Here we go, Season 3, start the show! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 12th episode of the third season of Anime Legends. My name is Afro X, the anime guide, here to guide the new into some of the old and the old into some of the new. So excited to be doing this tonight. So tonight's live stream is going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to be doing is tying into the video that I put up today, which was a crap guide to One Piece Fishman Island. Today we're going to be talking about where the Straw Hats went during the 2-year time skip and what they did, how they trained, how they got better. Just so you know a little bit of the context in between watching Crap Guide to Summit War Saga and Crap Guide to Fishman Island Saga. But first off, I'm going to rattle off the sponsors. So we have a Patreon. You can find that at www.patreon.com/AfroX. And there you will be able to donate to the channel. And you can donate in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. At the $5 a month level, you get your name shown at the end of every edited video. $10 a month level, you'll get your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. And at the $30 a month level, you will get a handwritten thank you note from me, as well as the previous rewards. At the $50 a month level, you would get all of the previous rewards plus your name, and your name will be shown and announced in fancy lettering with fully edited audio. And also you will be getting an official AfroX t-shirt, and I'm going to tell you how you can get that a little bit cheaper in just a moment. Now, if you choose to donate at the $100 a month level, you will get all of the previous rewards. Plus you will be sent a link to join in on any of my live streams that you so choose. And, you'll be given 5 minutes to plug your channel or whatever project you are working on. All right. So that is all of the sponsorships. No, that's not all of the sponsorships. That's Patreon. Next up, we have www.teespring.com/stores/Afro-X-2. There's a link in the description of all of my edited videos. And there you will find the official AfroX t-shirt, which has the AfroX logo on the front and the AfroX slogan on the back, which is, of course, Stay Legendary. All right. So as for social media stuff, you can find the AfroX page on Facebook. You can also find the official AfroX fan club, and if you join that, you will be added into a general chat where I will I'll be telling people if I'm taking a break, if I'm gonna be changing up anything, stuff like that. So yep, there's that. On TikTok, my TikTok is AfroX_YT. We have reached over 11,000 views on there, which is very, very cool. And we're almost to 300 followers, which is really, really awesome. On Instagram, I believe, so on Twitter and Instagram, my handle is at the real AfroX. That's the same for both of those, even though Twitter's dying. And I don't believe AfroX has a Snapchat yet, but we will be working on that. Also on Discord. On Discord, you can find us at AfroX AMA. That is the name of the Discord server. And join in on that, because we will be getting back eventually. Once I make sure that the streams are going to work right and everything, we will be getting back into doing anime watching nights, because I really, really want to do that with you guys, the fans. So yeah, check out check out the Patreon, check out the merch store, and check out all of the social media. Anyways, let's get into the content. So, as you might know, the Straw Hat Pirates had a 2-year time skip. This was initiated by Luffy. Originally there was there was kind of a plan in place. And so after the events of Marineford, after Luffy got rushed away when he was knocked out after Ace died, Luffy returned to Marineford, and he went to visit Ace and Whitebeard's grave, and he knew he was going to get photographed, and so he put a writing on his arm that said 3D to Y, with the 3D crossed out. And he knew that his entire crew who would see this, that they would understand that the code meant not 3 days, but 2 years. And so the entire Straw Hat crew understood that this meant that we will meet back at the Sabati Archipelago, not in 3 days, but in 2 years. Thus begins the 2-year time skip. So I have a little visual element here that I would like to present. Let's see if this will work. All right. So, One Piece, what every Straw Hat member did during the time skip. Sorry. All right. So, what every Straw Hat member did during the time skip. So starting off from the beginning, we have Luffy. So, Luffy went to an island called Rusukena that Silver's Rayleigh brought him to, and through Rayleigh's rigorous training, and also the fact that Rusukena had extreme weather conditions and it had very monstrous beasts on it, Luffy was able to develop his abilities and gained a lot of power. As by the time he came back after the 2-year time skip, he was able to control the 3 different types of haki: armament, observation, and conqueror's haki. Just for a little bit of context, armament haki is haki that the user can cover themselves or objects that they are holding in, and it becomes like a very tough outer armor shell. Observation haki allows the user to have such good observation that at the highest levels of observation haki, like Katakuri, the user is able to see a few moments into the future and is able to actually see attacks before they happen, similar to the Sharingan in Naruto. As for Conqueror's Haki is hockey that is specifically for people with the will of kings within them. Anyone who is gunning for the One Piece has conquers hockey, and except for Buggy. And pretty much how Conqueror's Haki works is that if your willpower is stronger, when you activate Conqueror's Haki, if your willpower is stronger than the willpower of the people around you will be knocked unconscious immediately and without you having to touch them or even go near them. So Luffy developed those kinds of haki while on the island. He also developed his Gear 4th transformation called Bound Man. And also I believe his variant of Gear 4th called Snake Man. Moving on. So Roronoa Zoro went to Kuraigana Island, which is a specifically special island because some islands, like for example Enies Lobby is an island where it is always daytime. But Roronoa Zoro went to Kuraigana Island, which I believe is an island that is always nighttime. It is always night on that island. And so on Kuraigana Island, Zoro met up with Hawkeye's Mihawk and also Perona. This is where she went after Thriller Bark. And so kind of training through Hawkeyes, he also had to fight off an army of gorillas that happened to be invading the island. And so during this 2-year time skip, Zoro went on to learn a lot of new abilities, including the Crossing the Six Paths and the Purgatory Onigiri, expanding on what he already had and adding new things like the Black Rope Dragon Twister, as described in the Fishman Island video, which is an attack that creates a twister that continues to cut you until you die. So that was Zoro's training. Moving forward, we have Sanji. Sanji went to the Kamabaka Kingdom in the in the Funimation dub. This kingdom is called the Isle of Manly Maidens. And so the Kamabaka Kingdom is technically a queendom, and it is ruled over by Emporio Ivankov of the Revolutionary Army. This was a character that Luffy met when he was in Impel Down. And so Sanji, once there, finds that the island is completely inhabited by men who cross-dress as women that are called Okama. And so pretty much he doesn't want anything to do with them and believes this whole island is his personal hell. And so what Ivankov says is that Ivankov will give him the attack cuisine, and which is a I believe it's like a book of new fighting styles, or it's a cookbook. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, Sanji has to defeat the new Kama Karate Masters, the new Kama Kempo Masters, which there are 99. And he also has to do this while staying away from all of the manly maidens who are trying to turn him into a manly maiden. So he manages to do all this, and he gets a bunch of new attacks and ability, specifically Skywalk, which is a variation on CP9's Moonwalk. And he also gains a new ultimate attack called Hell Memories, where he lights his whole body on fire and kicks very hard. And him lighting his whole body on fire is him channeling the memories of having to be on that island. So that was Sanji's training. Moving forward, we have Nami. Nami went to an artificial sky island called Weatheria. And after walking through a pretty big storm, she meets up with these kind of weather wizards, and they teach her how to control the weather with her Climatact, and it becomes the sorcery Climatact, which allows her to produce bubbles that have hot air and cold air within them. And kind of using all that science of weather, she is able to also produce clouds in bubbles. And she's able to produce thunder clouds out of her Climatact. And you can use these thunder clouds to strike any enemies with lightning whenever she wishes. Moving forward, we have Usopp. Usopp went through quite a transformation. During the 2-year time skip, Usopp was sent to, let me make sure I'm getting this right, the Boyne Archipelago, where he met Heracles. And Heracles and the Boyne Archipelago is a bunch of carnivorous plants that are disguised as islands. And so Heracles, Heracles there teaches him how to use pop greens, which are seeds that can instantly sprout a bunch of different types of plants. And so Usopp learns how to use those, and actually combines a plant with a impact dial from Skypia in order to create his devastating attack called Impact Wolf, which is where a giant wolf made out of plants rushes into the enemy. Moving forward, we have Chopper. Chopper went to an island in the Torino Kingdom, which was a very interesting island because it is an island where birds evolved to rule over humans. Gigantic birds ruled over humans there. And Chopper, with his ability to speak to animals, kind of made peace between the two of them. And in exchange, he found out that the birds were actually very versed in technology and medicine. And so he learned a bunch of new medicine things from those birds. Once he came back after the 2-year time skip, he was then able to go into Monster Point using only one Rumble Ball and retain his sense of self in the transformation. And also he developed the Kung Fu Point, which is a transformation of his where he can do Kung Fu. Among other transformations. So moving forward, we have Nico Robin. Now, Nico Robin is an interesting case because Nico Robin was first sent to a long bridge that was being built across the ocean called the Tequila Wolf. And Tequila Wolf was a bridge being built by slave laborers of the government, and she was forced to become a slave to help build this bridge until it was freed by the Revolutionary Army, which she then joined and stayed with the Revolutionary Army during that time. And she actually got to meet Monkey D. Dragon, which Nico Robin is pretty much the only Straw Hat in the series, including actually Luffy, that has actually gotten to meet Monkey D. Dragon, which I think is pretty cool. Frankie went to Katakuri Island, not to be confused with Katakuri. Katakuri Island. And it was the birthplace of Dr. Vegapunk, and he found a bunch of Dr. Vegapunk's old tech stuff there, and he upgraded himself into a whole new person, into what he called the Battle Frankie 37, also known as Armored Me. And he built a motorcycle and a tank that combine to become Battle Frankie 38, aka General Frankie, which is a gigantic robot that can swing a sword, which he uses for most of the time after the time skip. Frankie's bodily transformation is still something that baffles me to this day. I don't know how skin can stretch like that. Anyways, Brooke becomes a world famous musician. So what originally happens is Brooke is sent to Namakura Island, which is an island of savages that worship Satan. And when he lands there, they mistake him for being Satan. And he kind of helps them fight off the Long Arm tribe. Although the Long Arm tribe eventually captures him, and he is forced to perform for them, and eventually they become his managers and start him on a tour or across the Grand Line, doing shows and just being a musician. During this time, he gains a better understanding of souls through music, and he is able to detach his soul from his body, able to put his body parts back together if they've been broken off, and what is it? He is also able to freeze people with his sword by using what is known as the chill of the underworld. So in essence, freezing their souls, which I think is pretty cool. Brooke actually becomes a very big player in One Piece because he gets the poneglyph rubbing from Big Mom. Brooke is actually his devil fruit is the natural enemy to Big Mom's. Big Mom has full control over her soul and anyone else's soul, and Brooke has full control over his own soul, which negates Big Mom's powers, which I actually think is pretty damn cool. So I believe, yes, that is all of the Straw Hats covered. I honestly wanted to make this pretty short and sweet, and that's what it has become. But yeah, that is a look into what happened, what the Straw Hats did during the 2-year time skip, and make sure to go back and watch what is it? A crap guide to One Piece Summit War Saga. Even though I know, I'm sorry that it's a very long video, but make sure to go back and watch that. And now that you know this, you can now fully, if you haven't seen my crap guide to One Piece Fishman Island Saga, you can now go into it with the previous knowledge of all of that stuff, so you're not confused when I'm like, Nami can control the weather now, and Usopp controls plants, stuff like that. So but yeah, anyways, that is all for today. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary. We will be back on Friday for the review of One. We will be back on. We will be back on Friday for the review of One Piece chapter 1086. And from what I've heard, there will be a very long extended break in the manga after 1086. So might not see reviews for a while. Anyways, see you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.